New York City, 1930. The jazz age is fading. Prohibition clings to its last breath, and a man in a tailored suit hails a cab on a crowded Manhattan street, only to vanish from history. No trace, no body, no goodbye. His name was Judge Joseph Force Crater. His disappearance became one of America's first modern tabloid mysteries. In a city of millions, a man walked into the night and simply ceased to exist. But the city never forgot. Because when someone like Judge Crater disappears, someone that connected, that powerful, the silence is never innocent. Joseph Force Crater wasn't just any man. He was a Supreme Court judge, handpicked by New York's political elite, known for his charm, ambition, and deep ties to Tammany Hall, the city's notoriously corrupt Democratic machine. Crater was moving up fast. At just 41 years old, he had wealth, power, and access to the city's backroom deals. But behind the polished image was a tangle of secrets, political enemies, shady real estate deals, a mistress hidden in plain sight. And in August of 1930, it all came to a head. He had spent the summer with his wife in Maine, but suddenly returned to Manhattan alone, claiming he had work to do. That would be the last time she saw him. Even before his disappearance, he was acting strange, sending cryptic letters, withdrawing large sums of cash, and telling friends, "You'll see me soon, don't worry." On the evening of August 6, 1930, Crater left his Midtown apartment and told his wife he was heading back to the city for work. He was last seen dining at Billy Haas's Chop House on West 45th Street with a lawyer and a showgirl named Sally Lou Ritz. Around 9 p.m., he left the restaurant, supposedly heading to the theater. But no one saw him after that. He missed court. Then he missed days. By the time anyone admitted he was missing, he'd been gone nearly 2 weeks. It wasn't just a disappearance. It was a vanishing act. Slick, silent, surgical. No cab driver ever came forward. His seat at the Belasco Theater remained empty, and no one, not even Sally Lou Ritz, could offer a solid story about where he went next. His trail evaporated between dinner and the dark. As the news broke, New York erupted. Headlines screamed, "Missing! Supreme Court judge disappears!" The case was a media circus. Reporters hounded his wife. Detectives tailed politicians. Crater's financial records showed he had withdrawn $5,000 in cash, over $80,000 in today's money, just before vanishing. Whispers spread. Was he silenced by mobsters? Had he fled to escape a scandal? Or was it something darker, perhaps an inside job from the city's own political underbelly? Even the mayor weighed in, unconvincingly. There were no answers, just shadows. The tabloids dubbed him the missing just man in New York, and Crater's face was plastered on every newsstand. Yet despite the overwhelming public pressure, no credible lead ever surfaced. It was as if the city itself had decided to bury the truth. Police searched Crater's Fifth Avenue chambers. They found his safe cleaned out, papers missing. His wife, Stella, claimed he had seemed nervous in the days before he vanished. A witness claimed he'd burned documents in his fireplace the night before he left. Still, there was no clear motive, or at least none that anyone wanted to talk about. His connection to real estate corruption and organized crime couldn't be proven, but they couldn't be ignored either. Crater knew too much. Maybe that was the problem. Even stranger, a locked drawer in his office, once stuffed with confidential files, was completely empty. It was clear someone had cleaned house, but was it Joseph or someone who needed him gone? The legend takes hold. As months turned to years, the mystery deepened. No body, no confirmed sightings. His name became shorthand for sudden disappearance. New Yorkers would say someone pulled a Crater when they vanished without a trace. Wild theories flourished. He fled to Canada. He was dumped in the East River. He was buried under Yankee Stadium. But all the investigations, the bribes, the interrogations, they turned up nothing. Crater had disappeared in the busiest city on Earth, in plain sight, and Manhattan, it seemed, had swallowed him whole. Even in 1950, 2 decades later, the NYPD reopened the case after new rumors emerged. They found nothing. And in 2005, a woman's deathbed confession claimed Crater had been murdered and buried under a Coney Island boardwalk. But by then, the evidence and the people who had it were long gone. Joseph Crater was declared legally dead in 1939, but dead men leave footprints. This one didn't. No farewell, no remains, just a judge, a city, and a silence that grew louder with every passing year. Sometimes, the people who know too much don't vanish by accident. Sometimes the city decides it's better if you disappear. And in 1930, New York did just that.